Eala touched down in Manila on a Sunday afternoon, and the moment she stepped through the doors of Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3, it was clear this was not going to be a quiet return. The 21-year-old had just wrapped up the most historic Wimbledon campaign any Filipino has ever produced, and her countrymen made sure she knew it the second she landed on home soil. Waiting for her were officials from the Philippine Olympic Committee, led by its president, along with the chairman of the Philippine Sports Commission and representatives from the Philippine Tennis Association. But it wasn't just sports officials who showed up. A massive crowd of fans and a group of young aspiring Filipino athletes packed the arrival area, turning what could have been a routine airport pickup into a full-blown hero's welcome. For a country that has waited generations for a tennis star of this magnitude, this was a moment worth showing up for.
Katulad ni Alex, who is just 21. If you look around, you look at all these kids here.
Alex, who is just 21, if you look around you, look at all these kids here. To understand why Manila reacted the way it did, you have to go back through the 2 unforgettable weeks Eala just had at the All-England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club. She didn't just compete at Wimbledon. She rewrote what was thought possible for Philippine tennis on the sport's biggest stage. Eala entered the tournament as the first Filipina ever to be seeded at a Grand Slam. That alone would have been a milestone worth celebrating for a lifetime. But she didn't stop there. Her opening match against Mexico's Renata Zarazúa turned into a powerful statement. A dominant 6-1, 6-2 victory that made her the first Filipino player, male or female, to win a Wimbledon singles match in the Open era and the first since 1968. It's worth sitting with that number for a second. 58 years. That's how long Philippine tennis had gone without a Wimbledon match win before Eala delivered one in straight sets on court 12.
Be able to enjoy these victories because they are milestones for me, but it's just as important or even more important to kind of lock back in.
Right.
So I will take the rest of the day.
Be able to enjoy these victories because they are milestones for me, but it's just as important or even more important to kind of lock back in. So I will take the rest of the day too. What made that opening win even more remarkable was the atmosphere around it. Eala later admitted she was caught off guard by how many Filipino fans packed the stands for an early round match at one of the hardest tournaments in the world to get tickets for. She described it as feeling like a home crowd, something she said she never expected to experience at Wimbledon of all places, and called the support super humbling given how difficult it is to walk into that tournament with what amounted to a nearly all-Filipino section cheering her on. From there, the run only escalated. Eala advanced through her bracket and set up a third-round showdown against Iga Swiatek, the reigning champion and world number 3 at the time. On paper, it was the kind of match a rising player is supposed to lose gracefully and learn from. Eala had other plans. She took Swiatek down in a grueling battle 7-6 in a tiebreak that stretched to 11-9, then closed it out 6-2 in the second set. The win over Swiatek didn't just knock out the defending champion. It sent shockwaves through the tennis world and pulled in reactions from some of the biggest names in the sport, including Catherine, Princess of Wales, tennis legend Billie Jean King, Venus Williams, and even Eala's childhood idol, Maria Sharapova. That victory pushed Eala into the second week of a major for the first time in her career, making her the first Filipino to ever reach that stage at Wimbledon. She kept the run alive into the 4th round, where she eventually fell to Italy's Jasmine Paolini, the 2024 finalist, in a hard-fought 3-set battle 4-6, 6-4, 3-6. It was a heartbreaking way for the run to end, but by that point, Eala had already rewritten the record books. She became the first Filipina to reach both the 3rd and 4th rounds of a Grand Slam tournament in the same run, cementing her name in Philippine sports history, regardless of how the final match went. The Wimbledon breakthrough didn't happen in isolation either. It was the peak of an outstanding grass court season for Eala, who finished the surface with a 12-4 record. Along the way, she captured her second career title in Birmingham and reached the semi-finals in Berlin, a run that included wins over top 10 opponents Elena Rybakina and Alina Svitolina.
Representation goes beyond nationality, it goes beyond it's so multidimensional.
Yeah.
That representation is exactly what you said. It's being able to see yourself.
By the numbers, Eala has now beaten 7 top 10 players across her career, a tally that keeps climbing every few months as she continues to prove she belongs among the best on tour. Representation goes beyond nationality. It goes beyond cheering beyond. It's so multidimensional. That representation is exactly what you said. It's being able to see yourself. There's also the financial side of her rise, which tells its own story about how far she's come. Before Wimbledon even started, Eala had already banked more than $871,000 in prize money for the 2026 season alone. Her performance at the All England Club added even more to that total, along with 240 WTA ranking points for her run to the 4th round. Points that helped push her world ranking up into the 20s. A remarkable climb for a player who was largely unknown outside tennis circles just a couple of years ago. All of that context helps explain the scene at NAIA Terminal 3. This wasn't just fans showing up for a local athlete. This was a country recognizing that one of its own had just done something no Filipino tennis player, man or woman, had ever done before. The Philippine Olympic Committee and Philippine Sports Commission didn't send junior staffers to greet her. Their top officials showed up in person, standing alongside grassroots athletes who are undoubtedly looking at Eala as proof that a Filipino can compete with and beat the best players in the world. This homecoming also isn't a one-off appearance. It marks Eala's second trip back to the Philippines this year, following her headlining role at the inaugural Philippine Women's Open back in January at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex. But where January's visit came on the back of a strong season that had pushed her into the world's top 30, this return comes with far bigger achievements attached to her name. The gap between those two homecomings says everything about how quickly her career has accelerated in just 6 months. Eala isn't just back for a quiet vacation either. Her schedule over the next few days is packed with brand and sponsor commitments before the centerpiece event, a public meet and greet hosted by Globe Telecom on July 15th at the Glorieta Activity Center in Makati City, where she serves as a brand ambassador. Registration for the event opens at 4 in the afternoon, with the main program kicking off at 6. Globe has been building buzz around the event online, inviting fans to be part of what they're calling the Globe Home Crowd, a nod to the wave of Filipino support that followed her all the way to London. The timing of this break is deliberate. Eala doesn't have long to celebrate before she's back on a plane and back on tour. She's set to begin her hardcourt season at the Mubadala City DC Open in Washington, D.C. on July 27th, with the WTA calendar already lining her up for stops at tournaments in Cincinnati and Toronto, part of the build-up toward the U.S. Open, which runs from August 30th through September 13th in New York. She's also expected to enter the WTA 1000 event in Toronto as a seeded player, which should come with a first-round bye, a small reward for the ranking climb she's earned this season. So, while the scenes at the airport and the excitement building around the Glorieta event might look like simple celebration, they're really a snapshot of a much bigger shift happening in Philippine sports. A Filipina tennis player is now genuinely competing with and beating some of the very best players on the planet. And an entire country showed up at an airport to make sure she knew they noticed. What do you think was the bigger moment for Philippine tennis history? The win over Swiatek, or becoming the first Filipino to win a Wimbledon match in nearly 6 decades? Drop your take in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more coverage as Eala heads into the U.S. hardcourt season. Laban Pa Alex. You made us all so proud. From Center Court to NAIA Terminal 3, this is only the beginning. Pilipinas forever. Philippines tennis.